Long days and pleasant nights, fellow travelers along the path of the beam. Jaime and Fuego here.
I'm Cecil Laird. Welcome to the horror show.
And we're here to bring you some palaver here on Hail to Stephen King. And of course, I had to have Cecil with me for this one because of the fact that my partner in crime here and I, when we were doing all the coverage for the first It film that Andy Muschietti did, well, it crushed on our channel and really helped us see a lot of growth, which was cool, right?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I've had this shirt ever since. I loved the first movie. And so I'm excited to cover this one just as much.
Yeah, so we are seeing the adult story this time, but there will be some flashbacks to the kids stuff, a la the actual book and original miniseries, and this is apparently the trailer shown just last night at Scare Diego, along with a couple other scenes, which obviously we're not going to be able to see. There's descriptions floating all over the internet, but I am jonesing to check out this apparent final trailer. So yeah, we are...
That's what it's listed as.
Yes,
the
we
final
are less
trailer.
than 2 months
I gotta lean
away
in because I'm a little far from the screen, guys.
Yes,
so forgive my posturing.
Who's ready?
Let's do it. All right, so count it down so you can time it.
All right, everybody. So we got 3, 2, 1.
Hit it.
Floats.
Something happens to you when you leave this town.
Ooh.
Farther away, the easier it all gets.
Starting with the kids.
Aw,
For me,
cute shot.
I never left. I remember all of it.
I'm happy we have the mic voiceover.
Yeah. Ooh. That could be freaky.
Is this Adrian Mellon, I wonder?
Ooh.
I think it is.
Who was that?
So there's a character that gets killed at the beginning of the
Okay,
book at a parade.
gotcha.
There's the dining scene I can't wait for.
We made an oath.
I swear,
The counterparts.
it isn't dead.
Cool.
Good
That's-
stuff.
yeah.
Oh, those two look so much alike, it's crazy.
The fades are beautiful.
Come back to
Nice.
We didn't stop it.
Pennywise.
The clown.
Oh boy.
Nice.
So this is different, obviously. Seen a lot of House of Mirrors stuff this year.
Uh-oh.
Hello.
Ooh.
Oh, so that's the tongue thing we've been seeing.
Ooh. Yeah.
Oh, is he just gonna? Oh man.
Sweet. Oh.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh man.
That
I like
fridge
that. Damn.
craved you. Ooh.
We need to finish it.
Oh, the sewer looks great, man.
Good.
I've seen all of us die.
Yes, and there's the Bunyan scene. We're getting it from the book.
We don't have a choice anymore.
You lied. And I died.
There
Ooh.
he is.
You lied. And I died.
I'm getting chills, dude.
man.
Oh my god.
Whoa! All right,
Damn.
I got some goosebumps at that. What was
And
that?
experience it in IMAX.
We gotta watch it again.
Okay,
we
so
gotta watch it
we're
again.
gonna run it back without the sound, you think?
Oh, yeah, I guess so. I gotta hear that scream. Okay, just go back so we hear that last bit, that last scream of his, that Joker-esque, just starting right about here, that last shot. Because I want to hear that.
Okay, so there's a lot of speculation about just how all of this is gonna go down with, are they gonna alter the origin story?
Oh, that's so
Yeah. Man, Skarsgård, dude.
cool.
Yeah.
I
seriously.
love that he had some
We're running it back
dialogue.
and we're muting it now. Yeah, his voiceover stuff about I've craved you,
Missed
I've
you.
dreamt of you for 27 years. That's not in the book, really. you
That's
know?
awesome.
Although you do have some internal stuff in the book where a chapter's written from the point of the creature, you know, Bob Gray, Pennywise, whatever the hell you want to call him. He's various iterations, but talk about epic as hell, dude. The last trailer got me excited, but now I'm legit pumped, and
Oh my God.
my expectation levels are rising.
Rising.
Urge to kill,
Yeah,
fading,
dude.
fading.
Man, this is, Now I remember why I said that I couldn't remember this whole year. I was like, I didn't remember what I had as my top 3 most anticipated. If it was Child's Play, Godzilla, or this. I think Godzilla was number 1. I think this was number 2.
Yeah.
But man, this is so exciting. I loved the first one so much.
Yeah.
Especially even compared to I'm the one, one of the ones from the show that liked it a lot more than the original adaptation. So. I'm excited for this. I like this Funhouse stuff. I think that could be. There's a lot of fun there. That tongue thing. Whoa, that was creepy.
I was wondering because they showed the new pops that are coming out, and there was one of them with this long,
I'm glad I didn't see that
tongue. Unfortunately, so that
what it reminds me of, though?
Spoiler, a dog tongue or something.
No, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of those videos on YouTube where there's kids in front of like a lion enclosure at a zoo, and it is licking, trying to get at the kid to eat. You know, I think that might be what they're going for. All right, so tell me, what did I miss? So you think that first character is who now?
So the first, the older character that you saw drowning in the water and stuff, I'm pretty sure that's Adrian Mellon, which is a character, a gay character at the very beginning of the book, who is the death that kind of sets the cycle back into motion. So he falls under a bridge type area, and then you basically have the description of Pennywise eating him, tearing chunks of his torso off and stuff. And there have been reports floating around that Pennywise eats a character in this, and you legitimately see it on screen. I'm pretty sure, prediction-wise, that that's who it's going to be. And it's such a grisly described scene in the book that if they do it justice in an R-rated setting, this cinematic, this disgusting, I mean, boy, is it going to be chilling for everybody. It's going to mess people up legitimately.
So we did get a shot of poor Stanley's demise there.
Jump it back again.
We did get a shot of Stanley's demise. That
so
one shot of the bloody hands hanging over the side of the tub.
The tub, yeah. And that was one thing where maybe I was hoping they would just make it a different turn of the wheel a little bit, and maybe at least let him get to the dinner scene, and then perhaps he kills himself at the hotel room or something instead. But yeah, it looks like they're going to at least follow up. Yeah, we don't need these anymore. Haha. Hear properly now. But yeah, holy crap, man. And you mentioned it when we were initially watching, the transitions that they do here in a moment between the faces of the kids, right? And you see just the startling similarity and how great the casting is. I mean, just how closely they look to each other. And there was one trope that, well, not trope really, but one change that turned into a trope of sorts where they kind of took away, in the first book at least, Mike being the historian. It seems, at least in these trailers, that just, in the faithful pattern, he did stick around, and he is the one, since he's the one who called them back, he's the one telling them it's still alive, and that evil is still there in Derry and all of this. And, oh boy, I'm really going to have to temper enthusiasm and expectation about this now, because I was already very excited with the cast, and yet I had some trepidation about Gary Dauberman scripting this solely as opposed to Cary Fukunaga's involvement like the first one. But if this trailer is any indication, especially when we see them starting to trudge through the sewers and some of those high shots looking down at just the sheer scope of those underground sewers that they describe so awesomely in the book as being massive and sprawling, and that there's no real schematics for them because they just kept building them and they weren't keeping proper documentation and everything. So it is like a maze below the city of Derry, and oh boy, does this look so good, dude. Yeah,
and we got the return of the doors.
Very scary.
So who go I'm going to go back a little bit.
Yeah,
who is this character that's being dragged through an office or an asylum or something? It's right after this. And by the way, you said there was no funhouse scene in the movie or in the book?
In the book now. I mean, there's
there's
a carnival
upset
scene.
you, or okay, so
it's
this
a
is
carnival.
Just part of the carnival
well, yeah, and the carnival is where that Adrian character gets killed at the very beginning of the book, but that's before any of the other Losers Club
I like
have
that
been
it looks like
taken
he's
in.
the one breaking your screen.
Yeah.
Where he kicks it.
So anyone who's a longtime Hail to Stephen King viewer knows the live show that was responsible for that. But
okay, so no, right here, see, there's an asylum and he's being dragged through as the balloon is floating beside it. Okay, who is that? Is that one of Henry's crones, maybe, or is that Henry Bowers?
That's got to be Bowers, dude. That's got to be Bowers, absolutely. Because even though you think that he's dead at the end of the first film, it's listed on the IMDb that they cast somebody as adult Bowers. So that is exactly who that has to be.
Okay.
And damn, I can't wait. It makes me wonder if he's going to see any of his other homies dead.
Oh, I imagine so. They'll probably be in their kid form still too. That'll be pretty dope.
Yeah.
So yeah, the return of the fridge. So they're actually going back to quite a bit from the first movie.
Lots of callbacks.
Which I don't know that some people are gonna like that much, even with Georgie coming back just to yell something over and over again, like you'll float too. Now he's just yelling something else. So is that too much? Do you think people are gonna be like, they Force Awakened this just 2 years later?
And that's a really good point, because that is the fear I had about Gary Dauberman still standing on the shoulders of somebody who did all the skeletal structure for the previous movie in Cary Fukunaga. But I don't know, with this great of a cast and with Andy's direction and everything, I still have a lot of faith. I'm really, really wondering, though, with this, like, you know, more human-like clown stuff, if we're going to see some major alteration or just supplemental stuff, maybe. I mean, he's been around for, you know, thousands of years, and that was a scene that we're not really sure if we're going to get in this, is where, you know, the smoke out scene where all the kids are in their little fort and they kind of trip out on all of these fumes, and Mike and Richie, if I recall correctly, they basically trip out and see the arrival of the Pennywise alien entity back in prehistoric times.
Oh,
that's what they see. And so it shows that entity, that essence of evil, has been in Derry pretty much since the beginning of time, essentially. And so I don't know if they add in some new backstory of I don't know, deals with, you know, spirits or whatever. I'm not thinking they're going to necessarily do that, but maybe they'll just supplement it by saying, yes, this presence had been here forever, but it manifested itself in Derry at one point as an actual clown. I don't know, but hey, I'm not going to get all bent out of shape about that. I guess we'll find out when we see the finished product, and damn, can I not wait for it. I believe it's September 6th, at least in the UK it's September 6th, but...
So, yeah, this is super exciting, guys.
Now,
so
we need to turn this around and get it up for all of you.
Yeah, exactly. So let us know in the comments down below what you thought of this trailer. Are you as excited as we are? Also, if you enjoyed the video, click the like button and subscribe if you want to make sure you're up on all of our coverage of It Chapter 2 going forward. Ding the notification bell if you want to make sure you don't miss an episode. But yeah, thank you guys very much for watching. Thank you to our patrons for contributing as well. Until next time, I've been Cecil Laird.
And until the Wheel of Ka comes back around, I've been Jaime and Fuego.
And remember, stay scared.
Read Stephen King.